evolution of sound.
¿Qué pasó, ninjas? My name is Soundworld, and today we're going to talk about 3 ways to get better bass lines in dance music, for future house, for house music, for whatever you're making. These are all going to pertain to you because you can apply these techniques in any genre of music, even hip-hop. So if you guys are ready, let's get started with this video. Tip number 1, guys, is a fairly simple one. Now, if you guys follow me on Snap, about 600 of you do, and 700 sometimes. It depends. You know, I go by the amount of views my videos get on there. You guys saw that I was making this remix for The Good Life, Oliver Heldens remix, and you guys love the bass line that you were asking me if I'm going to make a tutorial on the song and on the bass line. Well, for the song, yes, and for the bass line, no, but I am going to give you the free patch for it because I've already done this bass line. It's called Kirby's bass line, and then today we're just going to discuss bass line tips. So this is the way it sounds like. All right, so this is the bass line I used for that track. Now, this bass line sounds good, but a lot of the times, you know, you're going to use a patch, a lot of you guys, and you might have this rhythm maybe like. Now, it sounds good, but it sounds like you can kind of spice it up. Now, one of the ways you can spice it up, and this is tip number 1, is to add glide, add mono legato to your sound. Now, what is glide? Imagine me right now, I'm running or I'm walking to a location from, let's say, McDonald's to Jack in the Box because I'm fat ass and I have a little belly. And, you know, then there's this fit guy that gets there faster than me. So imagine the pitch is the fit guy, and the fit guy moves really fast, you know, like it goes instantly to the pitch while there's me with my little belly, and I take my sweet ass time, so then you can hear the pitch kind of lagging, being lazy, as I like to call it. That's what glide is gonna do. So the more glide we put, you can start hearing it. You know, look at that. Still going to get there. It's still trying to get there. Still trying to get there, but here it just goes instantly. Okay, so that's what glide is. Now, how can we use this to elevate our bass lines? How can we make better bass lines with it, Samuel? Well, the way we can make better bass lines with it is, look, let's hear the bass line we had now. You know, we're getting that glide effect, which kind of adds this kind of like lazy, kind of like swaggy sound to it. And it just makes it a lot better. So this is going to be tip number 1, to add glide, mono legato to your bass lines. And the best tips for this is like the longer you do the trick, the more that it's going to sound cooler. And this is going to take us to tip number 2. All right, guys, so tip number 2 is going to be pretty much, let's say we have a bass pattern like so. We're going to put one in right now, and we're going to be in the key of G. You know, let's play this right here. You know, let's say we have a bass pattern. Let's just make one like this. You know, let's add like a doom. Let's make this longer. Make this a little bit less. And then we're gonna add 4 here. All right, let's say this is our bass line, and let's see what the. Okay, now how can we make this more interesting? I mean, we have this. Sounds good, right? But how can we make it more interesting? Well, this is Kirby's way, and if you watch that video, you know this trick. However, it's a little bit different. Since now we have applied the mono legato from tip number 1, in number 2, what we can do is, remember I told you guys the longer the gap is between the notes, the more cooler it's gonna sound? Well, that's what we're gonna do. You wanna put one of these up, a few of them. And that's going to give you a lot more cooler type bass lines. Now, let's make this a bit longer where it's like, so let's make these more, yeah. You know, and this works. Now, you don't necessarily need to go an octave up. You can even go maybe here. But just be careful, because the longer your notes are apart, the less melodic they're going to sound. It's going to sound more like an effect being applied rather than a change in note. So, you know, you got to be really careful with it. And if you want to add more glide, then go for it. Adding more glide is going to make the effect more apparent. You know, and this is a cool tip just to get those really cool bass lines. You can sometimes even go down if you're playing at a very high octave with your bass. You know, so this is a cool way to do it. And now we're going to move on to tip number 3. All Alright guys, so tip number 3 is one that you guys might not agree with, some of you guys, because a lot of you guys think that using MIDI is cheating. Now, personally me, I suck at making bass lines, guys. I suck at rhythm. I can make really cool bass lines, you know, like sound-wise, but when it comes to the rhythm of it, yes, I can make basic rhythm patterns, but I cannot make really cool rhythms where it's like, holy shit, this is sick. So one of the things that I've resorted to doing is I like to go into sample packs, and I'll like, you know, I'll go and maybe like find a MIDI that I like. So let's look for one, and that's a little bit too fast. I'll find a rhythm that I like. Let's use this one for example, right? Now, you know, I'll find a rhythm that I like, and then I'll even it out. Now, what I mean by this is all the notes go to the root note. So we have a rhythm. So what MIDI gives you, it's going to give you melodic content, and it's going to give you rhythm content, and you can choose to pick either one of them out. Now, one of the things that a lot of people don't understand is that sample packs are there to make your life easier, and in the way you use them can be totally up to you. For example, you suck at making uplifters, and you know, get a sample pack with uplifters that you like. You suck at making build-ups, then do that, you know? For me, I suck at making bassline rhythms. So obviously I do it this way, and this is how I get so much better bass lines. And I use this as inspiration. It's not like I'm ripping off the bass line because I changed the melody. I put it all, yeah. Now from here, I'll be like, okay. I'm like, okay, you know what? This needs to be more, yeah, I need one here. Okay, you know, maybe I'll add one here as well. And I'm gonna make these, stretch these out so that they get that kind of jumpy feel, like, you know, and then I'll duplicate this across. And now from tip number 2, I'll start, you know, doing like little. Now from there, I'm like, okay, let's go to the root note that I'm gonna use a track. Let's say it's F. And I'm like, all right, you know, that sounds very cool. Now I want to add the melody, because sometimes, you know, your bass line, you have a melody in your head. You just suck at making the rhythm for it out. You know, you get your rhythm out and it just sounds too basic. So from here, you can be like, okay. You know, okay, so from here, I want to have maybe, you know, we're going to make the legato less apparent. So we're going to go here. Yeah, there we go. You know, so that we start giving it our melody. And here, maybe I want to go here, and then maybe here. And there we go. And then from there, you can be like. And then maybe here, I could do double notes here. Nah, it's too fast. Maybe get rid of this. Start bringing our idea to life. Boom, 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 boom. And there you go, you know. You know, and then from there, you have your bass line. Now, these are 3 tips that I'm going to give you guys. Again, if you guys want to download the patch, I'm going to give it to you guys for free download. Just go to the description below. It's going to take you to the evilsounds.com website. I'm going to give you guys the download for free. You don't need to sign up for the email list, but if you want to, that's totally up to you. The email list is just for updates on blog posts and on stuff we're doing, you know, and a lot of tips as well. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and have an amazing day. I suck at singing.